In 2003, U.S. forces invaded Iraq and Saddam Hussein was on the run. The army was looking for an interrogator to join a special team ordered to find the former Iraqi dictator. That man was Staff Sergeant Eric Maddox. Maddox is now sharing his interrogation techniques around the world. In a recent stop here in Buffalo, he sat down with News 4's Marissa Perlman, who brings us his story.
You can never prepare to go on the hunt, to go on the mission, the 5-month manhunt to track down Saddam.
The journey to track down the most wanted dictator in the world was an unexpected one for Staff Sergeant Eric Maddox. He started as a Chinese Mandarin linguist with no intention of ever going to war.
But I was called up 3 months into the war, and I joined a Delta Force team in Tikrit, Iraq.
His main job was to interrogate people and find insurgent fighters in the area.
And the more I was able to get these prisoners to open up, the more that we sort of unraveled the chain of command.
He quickly found the key to hunting Saddam, changed the way interrogations were handled.
Back then, it was supposed to be a zero-sum game of confrontation and fear. And my interrogations, my 2,700 interrogations that I've done in my career, were not about that.
Maddox's strategy focuses on negotiations and compromise and getting his prisoners to open up.
My prisoners were not going to talk to me with the old strategy. And I just had to try to figure out, how can I keep them talking?
After months of questioning Saddam's inner circle, Maddox directed all of his attention on just one man, a former bodyguard, Mohammed Ibrahim.
I never thought we were actually going to find Saddam. And we said, we don't know where Saddam is, but what if we find the guy that could take us?
So every day and every night, his team went house to house doing interrogations. And on the very last day of his tour, they finally came face to face with Ibrahim.
It takes courage. I admire him. You're willing to stand up against the United States? It's a pretty powerful force.
He knew time was running out to get answers.
For my flight left, I had 2 hours to talk with him. And it took 90 minutes. And he broke. And he said, I'll take you.
But Maddox had to go. His tour was up. He left back to the U.S., but Ibrahim led special agents to an underground bunker near Saddam Hussein's hometown.
He was digging up the hole. They dug up the hole and they found a rope. The rope was connected to a lid. They lifted the lid, and there he was, Saddam Hussein.
Maddox is often asked whether he minds not being the one to physically capture Hussein. But to him, by that time, his job was done. What's more important is the legacy he leaves behind.
I hope that I'm known as the man who transformed interrogations for the military. That's what I know my legacy is. 5-second legacy, I'm the guy that found Saddam Hussein.
Reporting in Buffalo, Marissa Perlman, News 4.